कोई भी आर्टिस्ट बड़े एक्ट के लिए जा रहा होता है ना, तो उसे कहने के लिए एक बड़ा ही पॉपुलर अंग्रेजी फ्रेज है, विच इज ब्रेक अ लेग. किसी ने शायद वो बहुत सीरियसली शिल्पा शेट्टी को कह दिया बिफोर शी वाज गोइंग फॉर इंडियन पुलिस फोर्स. वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू NDTV. व्हाई आई से दिस? बिकॉज यू इंजर्ड योरसेल्फ फॉर दिस.
जिसने कहा उसने सीरियसली नहीं कहा, मैंने उस चीज को सीरियसली ले लिया.
You actually broke your leg.
Yeah.
Can you take us through what happened? Because you know, of course, you're in a Rohit Shetty film. There are some
Series.
Yes, series, and of course, you expect some accidents to happen.
Yeah.
How did you take that one?
You never expect an accident to happen. Accidents just happen.
That's why they're called accidents.
Yeah, exactly. It was an action sequence and Rohit wanted to shoot it in a particular way. तो इसके लिए हमने काफ़ी सारी तैयारी भी की. There were stunt guys that had come in from Thailand. I rehearsed. लेकिन एन वक्त पे जाके किया हमने और last shot पे I think there was a mismatch in timing. तो मैं धाड़ से गिरी ज़मीन पे और उसके बाद मैं उठ ही नहीं पाई. I knew there was something wrong. But आज जब मैं देखती हूँ एंड प्रोडक्ट और ट्रेलर में मेरे जो पंचेस दिखाए गए हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्शन और जो सराहना लोग कर रहे हैं मेरे काम को लेकर, आई जस्ट फील कि इट्स ऑल वर्थ इट. यू नो, जो मेहनत करते हैं देर आए दुरुस्त आए, वो उसका फल तो मीठा ही होता है. एंड आई एम रियली हैप्पी दैट आफ्टर सच अ लॉन्ग टाइम आई गॉट द चांस एंड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू वर्क विथ रोहित और इतने अच्छे किरदार के साथ. तो मैं आशा करती हूँ कि लोगों को भी उतना ही पसंद आए जितना मज़ा हम लोगों को आया काम करते वक्त.
And first female cop in his universe. And usually when ever we see films like these, you know, especially as kids, it I don't know, it works as a catalyst. It generates a different kind of interest in you. How did your kids react to it?
Oh,
I'm sure you are their superhero anyway.
No, I mean, I just feel so proud on two levels. One, that I get the opportunity to introduce the new 2.0 version of Shilpa Shetty, the talent, to my kids. My daughter is still very young; she's just 3.5, so we don't encourage TV. But my son loves Bollywood films, and he loves the kind of cinema that Rohit makes. So actually, उनके कहने पर I wanted to do this part. And ऐसे लग नहीं रहा था कि मैं कर पाऊंगी because I was really busy at the time when I was approached for the role. लेकिन वियान के इंसिस्टेंस पे कि नहीं मम्मा आपको करना ही करना है, और जब कर कुरा के अभी सारा कुछ हो गया, and now when I showed him the trailer, he just was so excited and so happy. तो ये एक मौका भी है to introduce him to this new artist, क्योंकि उसने इतना काम देखा नहीं है मेरा. कि मैंने जब पिक्चरें की 90s में या अर्ली 2000s में, तो वो फिल्में तो OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स में भी नहीं हैं. सो ही इज़ वॉच्ड वेरी लिटिल ऑफ माई वर्क. तो जब उसने इंडियन पुलिस फोर्स का ट्रेलर देखा तो ही लिटरली स्टूड अप एंड ही वाज लाइक दैट्स माय मॉम. इट जस्ट मेड मी सो हैप्पी.
बट एज यू सेड, he's watched very little of your work. Can you mention some films that he's watched and liked?
He's watched very little. He's watched Bazigar.
Okay.
Where I was thrown off.
Of course.
The building.
Quite a traumatic thing for a kid to see. Yeah.
He's मैंने ज़्यादातर रोमांटिक फिल्में की हैं और ऐसी फिल्में की हैं मुझे पता भी नहीं कि मैं कहाँ से दिखाऊँ उसको. He's watched a South film of mine, Saas Veerdu Sagar Kanya, where I played the mermaid. He actually loved that movie. He's watched Nikamma. He's watched now Sukhi. So he's watched very little of my work.
You were shooting for Sukhi as well when you were shooting this.
Yes.
30 years in the business. Did you feel that you were still juggling two really big things, or was it like a cakewalk?
I was juggling 4 really big things. Ask me what.
Please tell me.
There was Sukhi.
Okay.
There was IPF. There was India's Got Talent.
Oh yeah.
And my kids.
Of course, full-time job.
That's the biggest role.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I did it, and all very important aspects. You know, when you as an artist, as a on a personal level. So I was doing TV. I was doing a web series, a movie, and playing this job of a 24/7 job of playing mom.
Yeah.
It was the hardest time for me as a professional. but it's all worth it because you know कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जहाँ पे आपको कुछ बिना sacrifice के success मिलता नहीं है.
But I'm sure it was exciting because 30 years, I'm sure everything is cakewalk for you. But
no, yeah, nothing is
No?
cakewalk. There's you have to prepare.
Of course.
You have to prepare for any part or for anything in life. But this just happened out of the blue, and I always have said this, and I'll repeat myself, that roles choose you. You never choose the role. So Sukhi also happened at a time where I was not prepared. I just felt like, I was just going through a phase in my life where I didn't want to do so much work. I wanted to spend more time with my kids. But then the role chose me. And despite me trying to convince Vikram with another artist, he insisted on waiting for me. He says, जब आप शुरू करेंगी, तब मैं शुरू करूँगा. जब आप शुरू करना चाहेंगी. And then here also Rohit adjusted with my dates because I was already pre-committed to giving a chunk of dates. And because this role chose me, I felt it was destined to be part of my journey. और हो गया.
Role में वाकई इन्हें choose किया क्योंकि Shetty is the common ground there because you playing a Shetty in the series.
Yeah.
But as I also stumbled and called it a film, there's always that film thing related or associated with Rohit Shetty, and there's a scale that you expect. Was there a concern आपके जहन में कि now okay ये OTT पर है, series है, तो क्या उसका scale थोड़ा छोटा या अलग होगा? Was that a concern, or you went all in and thought okay this is a Rohit Shetty film and it's all worth it?
एक बार भी नहीं. That thought didn't even cross my mind because Rohit doesn't think small. जब नरेशन दिया गया मुझे तो मुझे पता था कि बड़े पैमाने पे ही शूट करेंगे और जब आप देखोगे तो आपको वो फिल्म वाली ही फीलिंग आप भी महसूस करेंगे क्योंकि सिनेमैटिकली जो ग्रामर है जो रोहित यूज़ करते हैं आई थिंक it's kind of synonymous with the way people resonate with his work. और वही आप एक ट्रांजिशन देखेंगे कि ये वही चीज़ है जो OTT पे वो उन्होंने पता नहीं उन्हें अडेप्ट ही नहीं मतलब लेके आने की कोशिश की है. So it's very seamless. So it looks like a film. तो एक बड़ी फिल्म OTT पे आ रही है ऐसे ही आप समझ लो.
And I'm sure आपसे बहुत सारे लोगों ने ये ज़रूर पूछा कि in all these years क्या बदला है I would ask क्या नहीं बदला है. What is something that has retained its essence? What is something which has stayed, which was there when you started and of course during the 90s and now it has also pretty much relevant?
What's the one thing that has not changed? बस आखिरकार आपको लोग प्यार देते हैं आपके काम के लिए वो एक चीज
that love but that has also changed its form and shape. The kind of divangi that we used to see, that has it has taken a different shape.
Absolutely.
And of course you have experienced that,
Yeah, I think we were not that easily available. There was a slight bit of I think exclusivity. I don't know, but you have to adapt
100%.
To the times.
Now everybody's part of your Sunday binge and your life at home.
Yeah, I just feel like, if you can't beat them, just join them. And I'm somebody who, wants to live my life to the fullest. I am like this. It's not a pretense. ये एक नया माध्यम है शायद.
Sure.
So I kind of dabble in all kinds of, or rather with all kinds of things. So I like to adapt and do things that will help me reinvent myself. क्योंकि मैं खुद बोर हो जाती हूँ नहीं तो अपने आप को वही चीज़ अगर आप वही चीज़ करते जा रहे हैं 30 साल से आप बोर हो जाएंगे. How do you reinvent yourself? How do you repackage yourself? And I just feel like जब तक आप सीखना नहीं चाहो, जब तक आप reinvent नहीं करना चाहो, तब तक you'll be finished otherwise.
But I must say your social media game is quite cool.
Is it? I
yeah,
don't know.
Isn't it? It is. And while I was researching about you, and it came to me that you don't work on Sundays. It's a chutti for you.
Yeah,
is it? That's such a cool thing. I mean, you
well,
don't
most
like.
People don't. I feel now.
No, of course. I mean, in regular jobs, but in a profession that you are in, having like Sunday reserved absolutely as your chutti was quite a cool
It's
thing.
for my children because that's the only day that
They have chutti.
they have a chutti. So my holidays are also planned as per my children's holidays.
Okay.
And I feel ये बहुत ज़रूरी होता है self preservation के लिए भी. You know, you need to switch off. अगर आप कंप्यूटर को continuously on करके रखेंगे तो वो burnout हो जाएगा.
100% breaks तो definitely you need.
It'll hang. So you're a human being. You need a break. You need a little bit of recharge time.
Yeah.
And I think it works really well for me to kind of keep that balance between my family and, you know, my professional life. And it's worked for my kids, and it keeps me in a very happy space.
Lovely. In the end, for those who are concerned that, okay, I'll be watching it on a mobile screen, you know, the series, and they might have concern that, will I get that Rohit Shetty experience? What do you want to tell them?
I can assure you that you will get that Rohit Shetty experience. उनकी पिक्चरों को भी लोग छोटे screens पे देखते हैं because of the lack of time maybe.
Yeah.
When they're on an OTT platform.
Sure.
वही चीज़ है. I just think that you should watch it if you want to get entertained, and if you want to see एक के भाव में दो Shetties.
That's a great pitch. That's a great pitch.
And you see you know, a cop verse on OTT which is new, packaged differently.
Of course.
And you see Rohit Shetty's first female cop in his cop verse.
Yes, and maybe push your headphones a bit harder then, and you know, you get that sound experience as well. But thank you so very much. It was lovely talking to you. All the very best for Indian Police Force. This is Arun Singh signing off for NDTV.